This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm your guest, Andrew Beck.
Andrew, why don't you give us a little background on your gaming and whatnot?
Oh, where to begin? That's the question. Well, all the way back with the PlayStation 1, basically, was my first console. Nerdy kid life through middle school and stuff. You get into PC gaming for like RTSs and stuff. Then PlayStation 3 comes along and you get into Call of Duty and then other games. So like Mag was pretty good. That game had like 256 players. That's pretty cool. Then everyone Elder Scrolls, solid gaming, and then go down the MMO trail for a little bit with EVE Online, spreadsheets in space, if anyone knows that. But then college happens and you game a little less and you turn into a more EA FIFA player sometimes with dabbling into other stuff. But that's the brief history there.
So, Will, what was our first topic now that we know who Andrew is?
Our first topic was Riot Games coming out with a new game and porting League of Legends onto consoles.
And they were calling it something different than what it was before, correct? Yes. If I remember correctly, they were calling it... There was like a West something. Where was it? This is like the worst layout for me to try and read something. Anyways, it's coming to a Wild Rift. That's what it is. League of Legends Wild Rift. It's coming to consoles, mobile phones, etc., etc. It's going to compete with that Vainglory game that was debuted on the Apple keynote years ago, which is basically just League of Legends Mobile. They just did it before League of Legends did it. And they've got this Teamfight Tactics, which sounds like Final Fantasy Tactics almost. I'm not sure.
It does a little bit.
What to see what that is. That's interesting to me. But the thing I don't understand why they're doing is a digital card game, because that market isn't already saturated enough with Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering and a slew of other various popular digital card games. I just don't know what market share you can really capture at this point with a digital card game, unless you do something that's totally out of the blue, different than everybody else. What do you think, Andrew?
They could capture all of it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm not saying anything.
Oh well, the digital card game space is overcrowded, and I think they would have to be going for the casual gamer in that case, more like Hearthstone. Definitely not going to be competing with Magic the Gathering or something. But it's like, I don't know. I hate that because I wish they would do more like card games that already have a physical existence, and they would just give you a digital copy when you bought it. That's what I dislike about Magic the Gathering too. They want you to buy both physical and digital.
Give you like a QR code on the back of the card.
Yeah, they do it with movies and stuff all the time too. If you just maybe pay an extra penny and give you the digital copy would be worth it, I think. But they make too much money.
It'd be just like the Amiibos, right? Scan the card, get it digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly going.
Oh.
I was going to say they're.
Go ahead, Andrew. You're not done yet.
I thought you were done.
I was just going to say they're clearly going for the children that spend money on card packs, and that's basically their market.
I'm just waiting for the Fortnite card game.
Oh no! Don't give them the idea.
What do you think, Will? What's going to happen with this?
I think it's going to be like a Sega with the Genesis situation where they end up taking a huge chunk of the margins away from the other couple card games that are really popular right now, or it's going to just get a couple players and it's going to sink hard and fast, like the Fable Fortune game. I was telling Andrew about this earlier, where although it has a really good name attached to it and it's actually a decent game, it basically has like 20 people who play it daily. It's like nothing. You can look it up on Steam. There's almost no one playing it.
What'd you say it was called?
Fable Fortune.
Is it?
But
Is it an
it's
offshoot of
Hearthstone
Fable?
essentially. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Hearthstone, but fableized.
Oh no.
Yeah, and you can also get this on console,
Is
but
it? Is this
it's
the
actually
one?
free to play.
Is this the one that's made by the previous lead director of Halo Infinite?
No.
Oh, okay. What
But
was that one?
he was there during that time, so I guess he did oversee this.
Oh, this is like what the Castle Crashers franchise did, almost very similar. Except that was a little bit better. What was that called? Not Castle Crashers. I'm sorry, Clash of Clans. They did Defend Your Castle thing.
I don't remember what the name of that was.
I don't either, but Battle Royale.
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
Oh, there's so many of those now that I can't remember.
Either way, that was a lot cooler because it was almost like a Defend Your Fortress game. But this kind of looks like it, but I guarantee you it's just like 5 monsters fighting 2 monsters or something, right?
Yeah, it's essentially it's just a trading card game. It's really straightforward. It's really easy to pick up. But again, it's a well-made game. It has a cool name attached to it, so it has a Fable franchise. But because the market was already oversaturated, it just died on impact essentially. So it died on arrival.
Gotcha. So
that one looks like they were aiming for kids because they're animating the cards.
right.
Yeah, they do, and it's actually there's cool audio to it too. So it sounds like Fable, and it looks like Fable, but it didn't save it. So.
So I think we're all in agreement. The card game market is oversaturated, but the other couple of games it looks like they're releasing might be more interesting.
Yeah.
So cool. It's like 3, 4. I think it said 4 new games coming out, and then they're porting the old one, the League of Legends, to the other consoles, calling it Wild Rift. The other.
Yeah, I'm actually
go ahead.
interested in that. I'm pretty excited about it coming to consoles. That's cool.
The other topic we had for today was to discuss Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'll just give you the facts that I've got so far. It's going to release on November 15th. That's all I've got. It's a single player
Here's
Star
the
Wars
only
game.
fact that you really need to know. Well, there's 2. One is made by Respawn, so that's a happy moment for me. Then you realize it's published by EA, so that's a sad moment for me. So I'm really torn on this game because I love the Star Wars franchise pre-2017. And then I also love Respawn. I think they're a really good game developer. But EA sucks. So I'm just going to wait to see. I'm going to wait a couple months to see how they manage to choke microtransactions into a single-player game and what the reviews say.
I'm interested. I'm probably not going to buy it day one. By you, Andrew?
Definitely not a day one purchase. You have to wait for legitimate reviews since Disney buys reviews from critics. So just look at the movies. But
Captain
no,
Marvel.
like yeah. Also,
don't bring up Captain Marvel.
EA has totally, declined allowing games that should have been successful from proceeding forward. Is this one of the ones that they canceled at one point and
No.
brought back? I forget.
That was,
So they canceled one that was
that
actually
2313?
looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right, Chris.
Star Wars 20 is like 2313 or something. Or,
It's like,
Yeah.
13 or something like this.
oh,
The level of
13,
the
You're right.
But like that was a game that looked really promising, and EA was like, can't have that with a Star Wars title, so just canceled it.
Yeah, that was
No,
a mistake, in my opinion. Big mistake.
but here's the important news that people are missing too: is all the rumors with the PlayStation 5 being backwards compatible all the way. Guess what? Star Wars Battlefront 2 the good one becomes the best game to own again. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, that's true. I mean, if the PS5 legitimately plays all generations of Star Wars games, then aside from like some of the Microsoft or Nintendo exclusives, you're looking at a great library of Star Wars games to be able to play on one console that spans 5 generations of consoles.
True.
Also, it's just embarrassing though that EA hasn't given a good Star Wars title really, because every fan in existence would be if they just reprinted Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
They were
I'd be
told
happy.
that from day one.
Yep.
And instead they're like, yo, let's make it not anywhere near as awesome.
And then we'll make Darth Vader a microtransaction.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of all things.
Yeah. I will say one thing, like, even if this game ends up being amazing, one thing I'm disappointed in is that I can't change out my character. I would like to be able to play as an alien or something.
I don't understand that choice. I mean, it would be so easy to have a character creation screen, and then anybody can be any weird whatever thing they want to be. I could be Jabba the Hutt for all I care, but that would be a horrible character to play as for a Jedi, but I could.
Or at least make him look like me a little bit more, give him like a beard or something. Seriously, like I feel like it should be so simple to put something like that in.
That's the weird thing about EA recently, though. They got very possessive over their storytelling. Like, even in something as silly as FIFA, like, they did the pro player story with Alex Hunter as their character, when they could have just made that a name and let you create your character however you wanted, but they're trying to be artistic now or something. Because maybe they're just sick of losing to Activision in Call of Duty as a storytelling thing, but I don't know. That's their new trend.
I'd be willing to bet it has more to do with Anthem not having a controlled story. And then the amount of backlash they receive for not writing a good story. I mean, but you still, even with Mass Effect, when they had good story writing in place, 1 and 2, I'm not going to count 3, I mean, they gave you a female and a male Shepard. I mean, to me,
also
it's like, at the very least,
character.
do that. Yeah, they did.
They had full character customization, too. So it was still like a very narrated backstory, but it had a couple options, and you still got to make your character how you wanted to be.
True.
Yeah.
Which they've gotten rid of the choice, a lot of the choices now, I guess. But
even if you had a couple preset characters, it'd be better. So at least you have some option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like give me some Knights of the Old Republic characters, the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
I wish they would just take that game, upgrade all the assets to HD, and then fix some of the minor mechanic issues, and then just give me Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, complete games, HD, current generation. That would be like the greatest re-release of all time. Make it multi-platform too. Don't make it a Microsoft exclusive unless you have to.
I'm cool with it being Microsoft.
Coming from the Xbox fanboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it is on Windows, so I guess it's not entirely console exclusive. It would be PC as well. So, given that we've obviously got some certain disgust with EA owning the Star Wars franchise with Disney, what are your favorite games, Star Wars wise, that have come out over the years?
Pod Racer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What about you, Andrew?
I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was just fun, because I feel like just the friends in the room aspect to it, too, when it came to that multiplayer back then, there's just, so much nostalgia and memories with that.
Right. I have to agree with the Pod Racer choice, although unfortunately it only came out on the N64, the Dreamcast, and it was recently re-released on Steam. And actually, they took the N64 version and essentially just made like a emulator around it. Like somebody took apart the package and said, "This is literally the N64 game." And then they did re-release the technically sequel version called Pod Racer Racer's Revenge, or Star Wars Racer's Revenge. I'm not 100% sure on the title of the game, but it's on the PS4, and I believe Limited Run Games actually released a physical copy of it, and I almost picked it up, but I don't like Racer's Revenge nearly as much as I liked the original Pod Racer.
Yeah, you've said that before.
I mean, it's basically just Sebulba. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, they just re-released it, so it's on the PS4. You even have a physical copy of it, but it just isn't as good as the original game. And they took out pod racers, they took out some maps, they took out some championships. I mean, it's literally like half the game in there versus the N64 and Dreamcast version. I've heard from many people the Dreamcast version is technically the definitive version, but it's
Yeah, well, it's a much more powerful system, so that makes sense.
right. So they basically emulated the N64 version on the Dreamcast, but it is what it is. So you can get it on Steam, get it on PS4, and if the PS5 comes out and it's backwards compatible with everything, then you just put your PS2 disc right into your PS5, or you put the PS4 disc right into the PS5, and boom, you're good to go. But that's my favorite as well, unless you include Knights of the Republic, which is my only other Star Wars game that I give a lot of time to, and I've played it in the last like 3 years or so, and I'm still sad that 3 never came out.
Yep.
I mean,
That would be an amazing reveal for this E3.
It just, every time I see Knights of the Republic 3 teased in a picture, somebody like trying to mess with me, putting these pictures together, I'm just like, oh, what could have been. Such a good game for Star Wars. Did you ever play that, Andrew?
I did not. No.
It's just really good. But if nobody has anything else to say, I think we can end this Manic Monday with that.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm your guest, Andrew.
And we will see you
Next CHRILLCAST. Toodle.